Welcome to the Shadows, folks. Today we're discussing light pistols. Light pistols are the first weapons we've discussed that one might intentionally rely on in a fight, generally having halfway decent ammunition capacity while remaining somewhat concealable, if less so than a holdout pistol. Light pistols use the light pistols range table, have a baseline of 4 physical damage and no native AP, and have a concealability rating of -2. They use the pistol skill, and the majority of them use the semi-automatics or revolvers specializations. They cannot mount gas vent systems, which can be a significant disadvantage for burst fire capable options. One common method for making up for the relatively low damage of light pistols is to use stick and shock ammunition, which replaces the above stats with 6s electrical damage and ignores half impact armor, basically converting the pistol into a long-range, rapid-fire, high-capacity taser. Another option is to use cold shots for extra damage, a tactic that any runner with a combat focus is well advised to consider. With the initial breakdown out of the way, let's look at some specific examples. The Aries Light Fire 70. A semi-automatic pistol with 16 round capacity and a very affordable price tag, the Lightfire is more or less the default light pistol. It has access to a unique silencer accessory that gives an additional -1 to perception checks to hear it, falling in between the normal accessories -4 and the modifications -6 without taking off half your mod slots silencing your gun. All up, a solid choice of light pistol. The Baron's Special. A single action revolver with a 5-round cylinder and an integrated bayonet. This is not a weapon any self-respecting runner would ever wield if given any other option. While it is manufactured without any of the legally required tags, and most runners could probably cobble one together if they had access to a machine shop, this is not a weapon you ever want to find yourself reduced to using. You might find yourself on the other end of one, of course. The Beretta 101T. This cheap semi-auto has a 12-round capacity, is easy to maintain, and is extremely common among security personnel because it's cheap and easy to maintain. It is unremarkable in most aspects, and is a sidearm runners should avoid unless it's part of a corpsec disguise. The Beretta 200 ST. The 200 ST is a semi-auto that can fire a short burst as a complex action, giving the additional tactical option in a pinch. This is most useful against high armoured targets, where the +2 damage from a narrow burst will likely count for more than just putting out a second semi-auto shot in the round. It has a healthy 20-round clip, which gives it quite a lot of staying power, even when firing bursts, and it comes with a detachable shoulder stock to aid in handling recoil. The Beretta 92 SL. A vintage semi-auto with a 15-round clip, this military surplus pistol is best left on the shelf of a collector rather than being used by quiet professionals. Indeed, the 92 SL in pristine condition is more likely to be the target of a shadow run than a tool used on one. The Cavalier Arms Dragoon. A semi-auto with a staggering 28-round clip, this light pistol is designed for trolls and is awkward for non-trolls to use. For trolls, it is hard to find a better holdout weapon or easily concealed sidearm, but outside of that specific market, this gun should be avoided as the grip would require a complete rebuild in order to use comfortably. The Seska Vz-120. A light service pistol used throughout Eastern Europe's security and paramilitary groups. This semi-auto has an above average 18-round ammunition capacity and a very reasonable price tag. Not a terrible choice by any metric. The Cult Agent Special. This is one of the more unique light pistols out there, using heavy pistol ammunition and taser ranges, and having very healthy 5p base damage, though it does come with +1 AP attached. Semi-automatic and with an 8-round capacity, this gun works best as a high-powered holdout rather than trying to fill the same role as most light pistols. In that role, it excels. The high damage value attached to this gun makes it excellent for concealed firepower. The Cult America L36. Cheap, semi-auto, 11 round capacity. This is a simple gun, most likely in the possession of a wage slave who cannot afford better. If you want to buy cheap guns in bulk to stash around the place, this is a pretty good choice for its low price tag, but beyond that, it's a gun to avoid. The Cult Asp. A cheap semi-auto revolver with a 6-round cylinder. This gun is not a great choice unless you really prefer revolvers to semi-autos, in which case there are probably still better options. The Colt Coral Snake. A single action 5-round revolver with an integrated laser sight. This overpriced paperweight is recommended by security providers the world over as a home defense weapon. If you are dumb enough to take the advice the Lone Star are giving to the population they're policing, buy this gun. If you have enough brains to hit the play button on this video, avoid it like the plague. The Fujetti Executive Action. A burst-capable pistol with 18 rounds capacity. The advertisement that it fires so fast it doesn't have time to recoil is a blatant lie. Still, this somewhat rare and expensive pistol is definitely worth considering if you want compact firepower and are willing to drop some cash on recoil compensation mods. It's best paired with a cyberarm with a gyro mod to absorb the recoil, creating a compact machine pistol. It's also fairly easy to convert to full auto if you have a way to control it at full rate of fire. The Fujiti Security 600. While lacking the rate of fire of the Executive Action, this gun packs a staggering 30-round clip and comes with a detachable folding stock and laser sight. If you want a backup weapon with staying power, this is one of your best options. The Fujetti Thunder. A metal storm weapon that fires 3-round bursts. This pistol has 4 barrels preloaded with 6 rounds each, which are discarded after use and can easily be replaced in the field. Designed for trolls, this gun has significant recoil issues, but packs a considerable amount of firepower and penetration. If you can handle it, such as with a cyberarm gyro mod or impressive physical strength, then this is definitely worth picking up as a sidearm. The Hammerly 620S. This gun is hampered by its terrible ammunition capacity of 6, but is otherwise an absolutely top-tier light pistol. It uses the heavy pistol range table, includes a rating 1 gas vent system to handle recoil, and also integrates a smart gun system. If the ammunition capacity isn't a major concern for you, then this should be considered a strong contender for your sidearm of choice. The Crime Stopper. This light pistol is very unique. Its staggering 7p damage code and neg1 AP combine with a 2-round internal magazine and a single action to create a very situational weapon. However, as it fires shotgun rounds, it gains access to special shotgun-only ammunition types, which brings us to its true value. This pistol can fire shot clock rounds, explosive rounds specialised for breaching. Every single runner should carry one of these pistols without exception, as it is a highly concealable breaching shotgun, or universal lockpick if you prefer. Avoid using it in combat unless you have no other option. The low ammunition and rate of fire will likely let you down. The Nitama Sporter. Hey ladies, this gun's for you. Combining sexist advertising, a 5-round internal magazine, an unthinkably large price tag, and a Lone Star endorsement, this handgun should be avoided like the frickin' plague. While it has good points in the form of some ergonomic recoil compensation and using heavy pistol ranges, and its integrated laser sight, the fact of the matter is that this gun is some of the worst value for money around. The Ontario Arms Security Special. While this gun's 11-round capacity is somewhat lacking compared to other light pistols, the selling point of this gun is its integrated electronics. Coming stock with an ammo skip system, a safe target system, and a smart link, the Security Special is excellent for those who like their high-tech toys. The SA Puzzler. When it comes to combat, the Puzzler is a very generic light pistol, semi-automatic, 12-round clip. Where this gun comes into its own is as a concealed weapon. Firstly, it is composed of a polyresin material that cannot be detected by MAD sensors. Secondly, it can be broken down into about 20 components that mimic jewelry and other commonly carried items, making it all but impossible for someone to realise that it's even a weapon until you reassemble it. If you have to get a gun somewhere you are absolutely not supposed to have one, this is the gun you want. The Seco Ld120, a generic, cheap, light pistol with an integrated laser sight. Good value for money, but there's only so much you can expect from such a cheap gun. The Shiela C-Arms Hearth Protector, another light pistol where the ammunition capacity lets it down, this time with 7 shots. Coming with an advanced safety system and reduced weight, this gun is excellent for long-term carry when not on the run, or if you want a sidearm but don't want much weight in it. It's an okay weapon for what it does, but runners should avoid bringing this gun to work. The Shiela C-Arms Light Tactical, combining decent combat capacity, lightweight, a personalised grip with every unit sold, and a powered accessory mount to allow for switching between accessories quickly and easily. This gun is a very good choice for runners looking for a comfortable to use and tactically flexible sidearm. The Taurus Mark 31, with ringing endorsements such as Lone Star's Best Weapon for a Civilian to Own, and Wolverine Security's The Only Weapon Responsible Citizens Should Have in the Home. This is clearly the best gun in the category. Indeed, I've been wasting my time and yours even talking about the idea of purchasing any other gun. However, for the sake of completeness, let us break it down. A single action pistol with a 5-round internal magazine, this light pistol is a beast with top-of-the-line staying power. Ergonomic design gives it a point of integrated recoil compensation, which is good given how fast that single action mechanism is pumping out rounds, and the integrated laser sight makes sure your shots will hit home. On top of that, the weapon's safety automatically switches on between shots, preventing any accidental discharge. Truly, the last light pistol you will ever buy. The Taurus Multi-6, another revolver, but one with an actual reason to exist. While using standard light pistol ammunition, it's a semi-automatic with a 6-round cylinder. But the Multi-6 can also take heavy pistol rounds for increased damage at the expense of rate of fire. It's also exceptionally reliable, reducing the effects of ammunition-based glitches and critical glitches. If you have gremlins, buy this gun. The TPP. Okay, we have to talk about this. The TPP is a slightly below average light pistol with a 13-round ammunition capacity and no recoil compensation. It gives an extra neg 1 to concealability when used with a concealable holster for a net neg 2, making it easier than most guns to hide. Its only integrated accessory is an underbarrel powered slide mount. However, with a price tag of 4,000 new yen, this gun manages to be the worst value for money on this list, beating out the Natama Sporter for the position with no contest. If you find yourself fighting agents of Russia's Department of Interior, where this is the standard self-defense weapon, loot the corpses for every single one of these guns you can get your hands on, because their price tag is insane. The Walther P99, a vintage light pistol with a 12-round capacity. This sidearm does not bring much to the table on a modern battlefield. The Walther Pb12, a very meh weapon. This gun has a 10-round standard mag, but can get 15-round extended magazines for a negligible price increase. without anything else special about it, that is remarkably underwhelming given the other guns in this category of comparable price. The Yamaha Sakura Fabuki. 4 10-round Metal Storm barrels give this pistol a net 40-round capacity, though unlike the Thunderer, these barrels are not easily removed and require a special tool to reload. The Fabuki is capable of firing narrow bursts, though due to the rate of fire involved, the effective recoil is treated as semi-automatic recoil and is thus very easy to control with the integrated folding stock. This gun is expensive, but is arguably the best light pistol around. So, best and worst in class. Best in class has to go to the Yamaha Sakura Fabuki. Massive ammunition capacity and a highly controllable burst fire makes it head of the line for concealed firepower, though it does have an intimidating price tag. Worst in class has to go to the Taurus Mark 31. Despite the re-endorsements, this gun combines all the worst possible traits featured in a sidearm with low ammunition capacity and a slow rate of fire combined with an above average price tag. The TPP is overpriced, but can at least plausibly kill something. It is telling that the Mark 31 recommends using tracker rounds, making it easier for detectives to find your attacker after you've been murdered. And insurance gives a discount when it's your only gun due to it being so incredibly bad that they're unlikely to have to cover a wrongful death suit. This is the first and probably only time I will say that a weapon is a must-have, and ironically it's not due to its capacities as a weapon. Seriously though, the Crime Stopper with shocklock rounds is pretty much the perfect breaching tool. Next time, we talk heavy pistols, finally getting into heavier firepower. Don't forget to like and subscribe, maybe even check out the Patreon. Unless you like the Taurus Mark 31, in which case leave a dislike and explain in the comments why you joined Lone Star.